Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Cube. Welcome back. Today I'm going to teach you how to solve a 4x4. There is some parodies that I have tried to learn, but I'm going to stick to the knowledge I learned. I think I know all the parodies, but we'll get to it when we get there. So first you want to start off with your white centers, because unlike a 3x3, which has fixed centers, you have to make your own centers. So start off, we already have two already here. So you want to look around the cube and find that you already have either one or a whole bar. So what you want to do is just kind of want to push this up, and then you want to look over here where that piece is. You want to figure out where this is going to go. So when you turn this twice up, you see how it's diagonal like that. So what you can do is up here is to turn this once, take this, put it back up. Now we have a bar. You want to create these bars, and now you have white center. It's relatively the same for the yellow. You want to look around, we already have a bar, so you want to just kind of push this up, but you are going to mess up your white, so you want to push this up, turn the top layer once or twice, put this side back down, and you're going to hear fireworks in the background because it's 4th of July today. It's the same thing as well, but you can also just turn the cube here if you have any pieces. So you can just push this up, and then you may think that you can just put this up here, but now it's going to mess up your white. You don't want to do that. What you can do, turn the top layer twice, get these two bars aligned, so when you push this up, you can turn this twice, push this back down, and that saves your yellow and your white. And it's the same thing for the rest. So the way how I remember how to do centers is the term booger. Yeah, blue, orange, green, red. It's a silly name, but it works. So you want to look around, you want to start with your blue, you have a bar, it's great. You have one, that's great. You have none, look around. So what you can do is you already have the ability to make bars. So you can just push this side up, turn this down, and now it's all kind of self-explanatory when you're making the layers or centers. You can just create that. Moving on to orange, you already have an orange bar already. This is where things will start to get a little bit harder, because now when you turn, you're gonna mess up with blue. So you want to do is kind of push this off to the side, turn the top layer once, push this back down. And it's the same thing with the yellow. You want to turn this side up, turn it twice, push this down, so you can save your colors. Now for this, you might get many different cases with the centers, but you can just basically just play around with it, see what works. But you just want to match the colors together. So you want to turn the head at least a couple times, once or twice, see what works. So now you want to kind of get like an L depending on what you have, and you want to turn this face down. Now the reason being is when I turn this up, I create a bar, and you can turn this twice, push that down. Not twice, just once, and then you have your centers. Now moving on, now you have a new element called edge pairing, where you need to pair up the edges. So this is pretty easy. So you want to look for whatever edges are matching like this. You always want to have them on opposite ends, but now we have a case where they're not opposite. So I remember, so watch. And that's how they come up. So you want to push this layer. Now see how they're paired. And what you want to do, if you already have a bar like this, you kind of want to push it off to the side so you can use bars that are not even made yet. So you can turn this side up, use another bar that's not even made, push this down. No, push this to the side. Oh, top layer, sorry. You can push this down, and then you can fix that. Now you have a bar, and it's relatively the same for the rest. See how we got green and green? I guess you can use this, but you just have to trade off for this. And this will continue going on until you find that same case where you have see how these two reds are on the same sides. So watch. There. And now you can just continue on making your pairs, and you won't find any different cases at all. So we're just gonna continue on going. I'm gonna fast forward this because this is a very long process, but either way you should be fine. Make sure you know that case that I just did. When you have these sides next to each other, you will need that later. And as you also start running out of room with bars, you'll see on the top's almost completely filled. You want to use what you can. And how I like to do is I like to kind of either rotate the whole cube so I have more on there, or I can just trade off just the solved for unsolved pieces. But now I'm gonna fast forward this. Okay, so now you might either get a 50-50 shot of either having all the edges done or having no, or only have just two and having the last two. So this is where the only time you want them next to each other. So we're gonna do that same algorithm. And now what you want to do is cut this in half, watch. See? And do that same algorithm again. When you fix that, you have all your edges paired up. Now the rest is pretty self-explanatory. You mostly solve this like a 3x3 until you get to parities. So I'll just use CFOB. It's relatively easy. If you know how to solve 3x3, you should be fine. But if you don't know and you're on this, well, good luck with that. And I'm gonna keep on going until I get to the last layer and I get a parity or not, because I usually get a 50-50 shot. Okay, so it seems I got lucky and I did not get the parity where you might either have just one of these missing, the yellow on this side or the whole bar on that side, but I'll get to that. I'll get to that later at near the end of the video. Try to go over all the cases. So this is the fish soon, so you still want to solve it normal. So when it comes to that headlights case, you might get one of 4 cases, but here I guess I got lucky. So I really hope I did try to explain to the best of my ability. I'm not too good, but now we're gonna go to the cases and see. So this will work no matter what with the case. You might, because that solution will solve both cases. This one like this full bar, or just these 2 up. It will solve both cases no matter what. So you do that again. Twice. Back twice. Top twice. Side down. Top twice, side down, top twice again, this side up, top twice, this face twice, side up, this face twice, back twice, right, side up. There we go. And then now for different cases, this move will roughly solve all the cases. So what you want to do is take this side, turn it up 3 times, the top layer twice, turn this side 3 times, not 3 times, 2 times. Top layer. This double layer twice, then because you will get one of 4 cases, either headlights on these sides and 2 soft sides, or the adjacent sides, or you only have at least these 2 corners unsolved. Or you just have just 1 bar solved. And usually for those cases, when you do those cases, they will eventually lead to the other case, and then you have to do that algorithm again. But no matter what, this is a relatively easy move to understand. So now we're just gonna solve whatever cases you have. That side twice, top layer twice, this side up twice, this thing 2 layers twice, up twice, and just so now you have a familiar case. And that's basically how you solve the 4x4. The OLL case parodies, you'll get 2 of them. Like I said, that method will solve both cases. And then for the PLL, whatever cases you might have, that algorithm will solve all those cases leading to the next case or a familiar 3x3. I hope I explained this very well. I will try to do the 5x5 soon, but it's a pretty difficult one. But thank you for watching. Happy 4th of July. And make sure to check out my previous video that I made earlier today of the Cuboid 2x3x3. Thank you for watching.